everyone, it's Em. Welcome back to Beauty with Emily Fox. Today's video is going to be all about the new stuff from e.l.f. They sent me a box full of the new products that they just came out with, and I thought I would share with you my first impressions on them. I will be including swatches. I did get ready with me using some of these products, so I will be including clips of me getting ready so you can see how they perform, and I will share with you my first thoughts on them. The first thing in there is a face primer. This is the Blemish Control face primer, so it is the green bottle. This one has some tea tree oil in there, so if you have any blemishes, I feel like it continues to fight them during the day, not just during the night when you apply tea tree oil or some other products for acne. So during the day it can probably help too. I haven't tried it yet, but that's interesting. The other thing I haven't tried in there, the rest I did, is this foundation palette. This one is for fair light, so I like that they have many options depending on your skin tone, because palettes, even if they have like multiple colors, you won't necessarily find anything. So this is what it looks like. It is pretty yellow based, so if you have like a cool undertone and you're very fair, you probably won't be able to use this. I would probably just call it light, not necessarily fair. It's not that light. I won't be swatching it just because it contains aloe and I don't want to burn my skin. I'm allergic, so I will be passing this out to my sister and hopefully she will let me know what she thinks of this. But again, it's interesting. These cream products have been really popular lately, like to contour especially, but I know a lot of people have been loving these lately. Personally, I find them usually a little bit thick. I prefer like lighter coverage. But if you want something like to conceal a lot of blemishes or just a lot of discoloration, these type of products are good for that. I feel like today it's the opposite. I'm like too zoomed in. New camera, I'm still dealing with it. I'm sorry, doing my best. Oop, just kidding, there's one more thing I haven't tried. This is the Perfect Finish HD powder. As you can see, it is a white, finely milled powder. This is especially good if you have more oily skin, you want like perfect finish skin, so these are good for that. There is a mirror and then there's a little sponge on the end. I have personally dry skin, so this is a little too drying for my skin type, but if you have oily skin and you want a perfect finish, I know these are really great for that. Now the fun stuff. Let's go with the eyeshadow palettes because they came out with 4 new ones. They are retailing for $10, which is the maximum of anything I believe on the e.l.f. website. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. The one that I'm currently wearing on my eyes is Kneaded Nude, which is a gorgeous like goldy summery shade. Like there's bronzy, gold, browns. There's not that many mattes. There is 4 matte colors, these 2 and these 2. The rest are all shimmery or glittery. I'm currently wearing, like I said, this look. I will include a little clip of this. It did go pretty well on. I did have to use the shimmery shade with my finger just to pack on the pigment a little bit more. The matte shades were a little sheer but buildable and they were blendable, so I personally don't have any issue with this. I would reuse this. I will do a tutorial using the other one actually. So I do think they're great palettes. I do like them, and especially because e.l.f. often has like 50% off. Would recommend getting those for that. The second one is Ready to Party, which is a bright shades. It's so fun. They do have a few matte shades too, neutral shades-ish. Kind of reminds me a palette by Kat Von D. Am I wrong? I feel like it looks like one of those for sure. If you like to mix bright shades with neutral shades, this is a great one too. If you like to wear cool tone or smoky eyes on a daily basis, you will love this one. This one was the Everyday Smoky, so perfect. And again, there's a few matte shades in there, so I think it's great that they included both. Like there's so many eyeshadow palettes that don't contain any mattes, and what am I supposed to put in my crease, you know? Gorgeous eyeshadow palette. I'll include the swatches. And last but not least has to be my favorite, and it is the Mad for Matte. I'm all about those matte eyeshadows, and here it is. What a beauty. It leans more toward cool tone undertone. There is like a few that are a little bit more neutral or warm tone, but overall a little bit on the cooler side. I feel like this for fall is going to be great, like back to school type thing. This is a great one. There's some things for daily basis. There's some things to be more, a little bit more smoky, a little bit more going out. So if you could pick only 1 or 2 of these, this one and the one I'm wearing on my eyes would have to be my favorites. When I realized that they were coming out with more of my favorite lip product, I was so excited, and those are the matte lip color. There's 3 new ones. One of them was limited edition. This is the one that I'm wearing on my lips. This is the color Hot Commodity. So this is the one I'm wearing right now. Gorgeous color, perfect for summer. And the other one that I have is the color Berry Sorbet, which is a gorgeous purpley magenta color. Absolutely beautiful. Cannot wait to wear this too. The formula is just as great. They go on creamy, opaque. They feel comfortable on the lips even though they are matte finish. They last well on the lips. There's still the little sharpener on the other end, so it's super practical. You can line your lips really well with these. Really love them. There's another one. I think it's the color Fuchsia. I might need that one too. These are easily my favorite lip product from e.l.f. When I saw on Instagram that e.l.f. was coming out with new product, the first thing I saw was this contour palette, which Everything has been all about contouring lately, and this is their version of it. I'm not sure if it's the only one or if there is a darker one. I will insert it somewhere. But it is a little dark if you're fair skin, and it might not match you if you have deeper skin tones. But I have to say I was still quite impressed. I'm not at my lightest right now, but I was still able to wear this pretty well. The only one I didn't use was this one just because I used something else that I will show you in a bit. But the contouring shade surprisingly worked really well. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to tell on camera, but I used it today and it worked beautifully. It wasn't too opaque. It was super blendable. It didn't go like streaky or patchy. Yeah, I didn't have to spend like 10 minutes blending it out because it was too pigmented, which sometimes can happen with some of the products of e.l.f. because they're so pigmented and I'm fair skinned, so I have like to blend like crazy. Didn't have issue with this one whatsoever, so really highly recommend that one. The under eye color, it did an okay job. I do have pretty dry skin and it was a little bit drying, so might not be the easiest one to test out on myself. It's a little bit too dark. It would probably work better for me if it was a little bit lighter. Lastly, for the highlight, if you have any imperfection, any scarring or acne right now, you might not love it just because there is quite a few particles of glitter and it's very frosty, shimmery. So if you do have those, it could emphasize them. Personally, I will not reapply it. I used it on my nose and I feel like it emphasized a little bit too much any dryness or pores. But I do feel like on my cheeks right now, it looks very good, like very shimmery, like, you know, Victoria Secret goddess type thing, you know, as you can probably tell, like it's very intense, but I do like it. It is pretty goldy, so if you have, again, very fair or very cool tone undertone, you might not love it. But overall, I think it's a good product. They also came out with a bronzer palette, which I did not realize. I never heard of it, and I was so excited. This is what it looks like. There is quite a few options in there. There is 2 mattes over here. Oops. These 2 over there are mattes. These 2 on the opposite sides are shimmery. I used this one this morning. I decided to go with the lightest one just because I didn't want to put too much bronzer on, and it looks so natural. I was really impressed. It didn't like overpack it on. It probably doesn't even look like I'm wearing a ton of it, but I do have a ring light in front of me, so that's pretty bright. But yeah, I would totally use this again. It was really great for my fair skin. This one is a bit more of a reddish tone to it, so if you have tan skin and you want to look like, you know, almost like burn look, that's how I call it. You know, when you've been to the sun and you just like are bronzy. This one has a few shimmer in there, and this one is pretty much glitter and it's pretty much orangey. So if you have fair skin, you might not want to use this unless you want to use it as a blush. First impression, I do think it's great too. I will include obviously these swatches so you can decide for yourself. They also came out with 2 new color of these Smudge Pots, and these are some of my favorite products from e.l.f. They are incredible for the price. They do such a great job. If I ever swatch them on my hand to do a video and I just take off a baby wipe to remove everything, these will stay. Like, I have to go and get some oil or like a really good makeup remover to take them off. They work so well. They last all day on my eyes. They don't crease. They don't dry out my eyelids. I do recommend trying these. And these 2 shades are pretty dark. They do have quite a few lighter shades, but these are pretty smoky and they're really nice. The first one is the color Wine Knot, which again, really nice name. It's gonna be a plummy, shimmery shade. Again, pretty dark, but it would make a really nice base for a smoky eye, especially a purpley one. And the second one is a matte color, and it is a dark brown called Cocoa Cutie. So as you can see, gorgeous brown shade. So again, if you've never tried these, you need to. They have a great color selection now, and you need them. They are incredible. I really love using those. The last product is the Gotta Glow Lip Tint. So this is kind of a gimmicky thing, but it kind of reminds me like the Dior lip product that they have that I do not own, obviously. But this is what it looks like. This is the color Perfect Pink. So this is supposed to go on clear, but then it changed with your pH level and, you know, your body chemistry to the perfect pink for you, which it's kind of gimmicky, but it's so fun and it is so comfortable on the lips. I like tried it the other day and it was so creamy and comfortable. I will swatch it on my hand. I should have done that in the beginning of the video. And if I start, it's already starting changing color, as you can see. I will include a picture of me wearing it at its full intensity, the right color that it becomes on my lips. But as you can see, it's like a sheer lip balm-ish product. So if you're just on the go and want something comfortable on the lips but gives you a little bit of color, I think this is really fun to use. And as you can see, is it? Yeah, it's still changing color. It's becoming a little bit darker right now. But I do have pretty pigmented lips, so it doesn't do that much on me, but it's still fun. And it doesn't smell like anything. So as you can see, I just applied it and it's starting to change color. It feels pretty oily on the lips, like really sleek and thin and oily. That's the best way to explain it. Kind of feels lip balm-y, so it's really comfortable, and as you will see in 1 second, it gets pretty pink. So as you can see, it's like a My Lips but pinker. I forgot to mention that I tried your blending sponge. I tried applying my foundation with it, and it doesn't absorb water, so it's really a silicone-y, really hard texture, and it did not work for me whatsoever. For me, it's a complete mess. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.